All right, in my previous video, we talked about migrating a Weebly site to a WordPress platform and hosting. And I mentioned that the permalink needed to be changed. So it'll pull in these weird permalinks that are not the same that you had on your Weebly version. Again, you can go to google.com and then just simply type in a site colon search. That'll pull up all of your previous um, it'll show you all of how the structure was before. Okay, you see like /halloween.html, /services.html, and so on. So we added the plugin that enabled us to have the .html on it, but we also now need to customize the permalinks globally for the whole site. And the way to do that is you'll see that it's defaulted to this day and name. You want to go to custom structure, and you want to make it so it's custom structure, and you want / oops, I'm cutting out too much, / post name, like that. Okay, so custom structure / post name. If you were to delete this whole thing, you could just click on that / post name, and then you want to save changes. Because otherwise what will happen is when you like, I'll show you an example. It's not going to do it for us now, but birthday, for instance, we know that let's just type in birthday. Okay, so for birthday parties, birthday dash parties, you see that here? Graduation parties. So what we want to do, birthday parties, I'm going to delete this part, so birthday dash parties, and that should match what we had in Google's index. Birthday dash parties.html, birthday dash parties.html. So that looks good. We're going to update that, and then we'll click on it to visit that page. If we didn't have the permalink structure, okay, and also just so you see how you have all of this information down here, we can go ahead and clean that up too while we're here, so if you're interested in seeing how that's done. How I would do that, so just going back to here, custom structure, save, and let's go to bounce house windermere.com / birthday parties.html, and just make sure the page loads, which it does. Going back to that page, the picture is in it, so I'm not sure what's happening there. And then we're going to need to look at one more thing to make sure that the all right, so now it looks good. Let's go to a private browser real quick and put it in there. Okay, so it's not showing, it's just showing picture. Let's see if we can. All right. So what I think is happening here is, I think it's just, it may be pulling this picture from the wrong place. Let's just see what the path is. Okay. Bounce house when we're uploads, PNG, all equals picture. So I think that looks like the old Weebly address. So I'm thinking that there's an issue there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in here, remove the picture, and I'm going to add the media again. You're right. It's not actually, it's pulling it from the old Weebly site. So it's not going to show us. The site doesn't exist anymore, so that's why we're not seeing it on the live site. So let's go to birthday parties. And then we have this nice image that's not showing us a thumbnail image, but I'm sure that's the right one. And yep, we'll insert that into the page, we'll update it, and now when we go to this page again, now we have our picture, right? So that's how we fix that in case you run into the same issue. Now going to the menus, let's go ahead and add our menus for the site as well. So you're going to want to call this something like maybe general menu or a head menu, something like that, head menu. And we'll create that. And then we're going to select all except the confirmation page. We don't really want that. And we're going to go ahead and add to menu. We're going to make this the primary menu, and we can make it a footer menu as well. And what we want to do is just drag these into place. Actually, we may not want to create the menu just yet, and I'm going to tell you why. If we create it right now, it's going to have all this content, and so we're better off going and modifying all of the pages first, and then that way it doesn't pull in this repetitive bounce house, Windermere, bounce house, Windermere, because we don't want that really in the menu. We just want like birthday parties. You can manually change it by just going to the drop down and then selecting that and hitting delete, and that would change it as well, but it's like double the work. So I'm just going to back out of there and go to the footer area and show you how to remove all that stuff at the bottom. You see it says footer and it has all of this sort of preloaded stuff. So what we can do is just hit delete. We can always come back and add these later on if we wanted to. Cool. So now when we go to the site, we're still not going to have the menu because for the reason I just said, but now we have at the bottom, we don't have all of that information. All right. I hope this has been super helpful for you. Let me just go back to my permalinks and make sure this took the way I wanted it to. I don't know, it's defaulting back to the sample post, which is fine, but it's working and we're not getting any errors when we visit the page. I hope you found this super helpful, and I hope that you have lots of luck in moving your Weebly accounts over to WordPress platforms. I'll see you in the next video.